All defendants present, it's my hope that you are represented, have the opportunity to seek representation or intend to resolve your cases today without the assistance of attorneys advising you. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have a right to an attorney at this proceeding. As you can see, this proceeding is being broadcast over the internet as live stream. That means any member of the public can log on and watch it just as if they were here with us in person. I'm going to call the show cause calendar first to ascertain here. Zachary Aldersberger.
We would request a bench warrant.
I'm assuming the state shall request for all those who do not appear. All right, Antonio Barber. Devontae Cone. Nicholas Cooper. Jorwayne David. Joshua Fletcher. Renisha Gooden. LaMelvin Gray. Peter Harris. Amber Holmes. Deidre King. Ashley Lawless.
Your Honor, Ms. Lawless reached out to our office. She is en route. She's been running a little bit late.
We'll consider that. You need to make it by 9:15. At 9:15. We'll consider bench warrants issuing. Ezekiel Moore. Quintavious Moore. Valerie Moore. You're Valerie Moore. Ms. Moore, do you have an attorney? Okay, and you previously did not appear at a prior calendar back in May. Do you wish to see if you qualify for the services of the public defender's office today?
I didn't last time, and then the court date before I was, I think this was June, but I think.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Rolanda Sears. Does the public, Mr. Gates, does the public defender's office represent any of the people that I just called?
I'm not quite sure, Judge. I see some cases where Allison Whitfield is the attorney. And I know a lot of her cases are transferred, so it may be a PD case, but I'm just not. I'm not familiar with these cases on the calendar. I'm sorry,
Judge. I apologize.
Good morning, Mr. Haddad.
Good morning, Judge. So Allison Whitfield was an attorney in our office. So any cases, and Charles Ford likewise is an attorney in our office. Those cases are, as you can see, are old. We've not had any contact with the clients. They were recently transferred to Orca when the calendar was published. So we have not had any luck reaching out to them. I know they previously had bench warranted on maybe from division, but that's where we're at. So yesterday we had a similar situation, but actually we've had a lot more people show up yesterday than today. So that's where we're at, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, in the case of Ms. Moore, 20 CR 004269C, is there an offer in her case at this time?
I'm sorry, Judge, what position?
Position 15, Ms. Moore, who's here with us in person today.
Yes, Judge, if I can have 1 second, I can convey that to Ms. Moore.
Right, well, let's pre-try that case. All right, Ms. Moore, the state is going to talk to you about a potential offer in this case. When you speak to them, remember, keep it in the back of your mind that anything you say to them, they can use against you. So don't speak to them about any particular defenses or if you dispute what they're saying, okay? Just listen to the offer and then you'll decide whether that's something you'd like to consider or if you need speak with an attorney, okay? All right, let's call the Orca final plea calendar, ascertain status and see who is here today to take the plea. Gregory Bankston.
Good morning, Judge. Mr. Bankston is present, I represent him.
And do we have plea paperwork already?
Not yet, but we do anticipate there being a plea today.
Okay. And, okay, thank you.
In his positions 1 and 2.
And 2, okay, yes, both those. And we anticipate taking a plea for both, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Quincy Bowers,
Good morning, Judge. That is my case.
morning.
Mr. Bowers is on the line.
And do we
Go-
anticipate taking a plea?
Yes, Judge, that's going to be a plea this morning. I'm just doing the paperwork right now. I'll send it to Ms. Reiser. And which other assistant should I send it to? Ms. Reddy?
I believe you sent it to Ms. Smith, is that correct?
That's correct.
Please send it to Ms. Smith. Okay,
Thank you.
all right, Roderick Kellogg,
That is also my case, Judge. I've had contact with Mr. Kellogg. I don't see why he's not on the call.
he's here, he's
Oh,
here.
he's in person. Okay, good, Judge. That is also going to be a plea. Just give me an opportunity to fine tune the details, but that'll be a plea this morning, Judge.
Okay, when you say fine tune the details, does that involve speaking with Mr. Kellogg or?
Pre-trial, Judge. It's just a pre-trial term.
Thank you. Noble Milling,
Good morning, Judge. Mr. Milling is present. Stand up, Mr. Milling. Let me just announce pretrial in his case.
thank you. Lamoncia Simmons,
Good morning, Judge. This is actually my case, and I apologize. I messed up on this one. I do expect a plea. I just got a call from Ms. Simmons and we got disconnected. I'm waiting for her to call me back. And Ms. Reiser, if you can send me the paperwork or whoever, I dropped the ball on that one, Judge. I thought it was next week. But anyway, I'm trying to.
you anticipated being a plea despite
Yes,
any input. Okay,
And I'm trying to track her down, Judge. Thank you.
all right, thank you. Joanne Slater,
Good morning, Your Honor. Tanya Miller on behalf of Ms. Slater,
good morning.
trying to find her way to the courtroom. I think she's in the building and a deputy is showing her how to get here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we do not have an agreement about a plea, Judge, although we are still talking about a resolution. I need to speak to solicitor damage. So I guess I would just ask that the court further notice us to the next calendar or to another final plea at the court's pleasure. I do anticipate resolving it. We're just not going to be able to do it today.
Okay. That's unfortunate as it's on a final plea calendar. How much time do you anticipate needing? Ms. Reiser, or I'm sorry, go ahead. How much time? That's fine. How much time do you need?
Well, as I understand it, solicitor damage might be on vacation. But I need to talk, apparently I need to talk to him directly. So as soon as he gets back, I'm not sure when that will be. I would say maybe another 30 days, 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. What we'll do is. Today is the 9th of June. We can set it for a final plea calendar on Friday, July 7th. Will that work?
That will work, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Slater's case is so reset to the July 7th calendar. From there, if we're unable to resolve, we'll put it on a bench trial calendar.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you.
you're free to go. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
And let your client know that as well. D'Anthony White. Mr. White, do you have an attorney?
But I think I don't know about separate.
Does anyone have information about this?
Got my plea deal information on
If you were supposed to come back with paperwork, is that what happened?
it.
And you have that signed paperwork?
Uh,
You remember what member of the solicitor's office you spoke with, who prepared that for you?
No, not yet.
You don't know who you
That.
spoke with? Ms. Reiser, are you familiar with Mr. White's situation by any means? Okay, have a seat, Mr. White. We'll try to figure out what's happening. Okay?
Yes, Judge, I have the documents. I'll just have a paper copy of it, so I'll get it and sign it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Welcome.
And Mr. White, you do not wish to have an attorney? You wish to represent yourself today?
Definitely.
Okay. Oh, I see he hasn't signed it. Okay. All right, let's commence pre-trial of the cases that are here in the courtroom and on Zoom as necessary so that we can take pleas in an orderly manner. will be in temporary recess while the pre-trials are commencing. All right, are we ready to take the plea for Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. White, please come forward. Please, once you reach the podium, please raise your right hand and state your full name, okay? All right, we are now taking, please state your name.
White.
All right, Mr. White, I'm gonna place you under oath for the purpose of taking a plea today, reminding you that you do have a right to remain silent. I know that's kind of strange, but you're only gonna testify for the purpose of taking a plea, okay? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today for the limited purpose of taking a plea will be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. All right, we're now taking a plea in case 18 CR 010204 C. In this case, Mr. D. Anthony White. Hold on. He is charged with driving while his license was suspended and having no insurance. Ms. Riser, will you please give me the state's offer as well as a very brief factual basis here?
Yes, Judge. The state offer, Mr. White is going to be entering guilty plea to 2 counts. First count being driving while license suspended, second count no insurance. The state's recommended sentence is time served 2 days, Your Honor. Has this case gone to trial? The fact show that on July 7th of 2017, South Fulton police officers responded to 5500 Old National Highway in reference to an auto accident. The officer did investigations into that accident and determined that Mr. White did not have had a suspended driver's license and did not have insurance.
And Mr. White needs to come back and circle this part on his paperwork. He missed the spot. All right, Mr. White, there's gonna be one more signature this will need to put in, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. White, do you agree that the state has the proper defendant in this case being you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree that this took place in Fulton County?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you agree with the facts that's just given by the state?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood that you have a right to an attorney, but you chose to represent yourself today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a guilty plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment or things that we may not be able to anticipate?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that you're giving up your right to any further trial regarding these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also giving up your right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you also understand that the requirements, essentially the time you serve will close the case out. You shouldn't have to do anything else.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, as to the charges I listed earlier, Mr. White, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea at this time. Please make sure Mr. White circles the part if he's taking it voluntarily. He didn't circle that one. And once you've done that, you should be free to go, okay?
Thank you.
So do that anymore, Mr. White.
Right.
Okay. Are we ready? Oh, Mr. Gates is not back. I didn't sign that copy. Okay, you want me to sign that one too?
You already signed that one.
I signed that one, okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You got his file.
Let's see.
You got his file. You got his file. Mr. White.
Are there other positions ready to take a plea?
I'm kind of this time where.
I was optimistic.
Who days? That's it. Balance suspended. You gotta go and read the balance suspended. Yeah. Mhm. Sure.
And Ms. Rice, are any thoughts on position one?
Judge, I haven't got there yet. I was sending the paperwork to Mr. Dodd. I will look at this now.
All right, thank you.
No, wait. No, I was just looking for it under the bottom. I was looking at that, not at the bottom.
You have credit for time, sorry.
Where?
Click on it. Just click on the box.
State and law cross position one, Judge.
Thank you.
On the show cause.
Hmm?
Because he doesn't have, he wasn't sentenced to jail time. That way. We're scrolling. Oh, trying to get this man no time.
Yeah, certain time, critical, 2 days. That's it.
Yep, for both of them. Yep.
Checking, I mean, get it to him.
You did the finish that. I want to do this.
I'm here.
But you can do both because you quick. You fast. Which one is the right one? Somebody did one page. That's mine. Yeah. Okay. Send me the sheet. Okay, next one, I'm gonna give it to you. Thanks for sending it.
Morning returned. Oh, okay. So there may be a different announcement, so, okay.
Remember the bottom has a check mark for, the bottom has some words that's suspended. Did you check the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. It's right here on the top. Okay. You literally have to do it like every day. That's how they questioning themselves. For conditions. Tomorrow, always leave this blank. You must write it in. Okay, so that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do from now on. Okay. Oops. She put the dates in there for you.
I'm sorry. Like me not to do that. And to make sure I get those donuts.
Anything to get the donuts.
So she gonna know process, ask her.
Mhm. Mhm. This is got ink all over it. I'm just like.
So you don't need it.
Just
I'm gonna have this sit up.
mhm. Give it on. I'll just shred on top. Keep that with the plea paperwork and set it up. So I can spend it.
And while we're waiting on the, finalizing the, details of guilty plea for Mr. Banks' case and waiting on the paperwork for Mr. Miller positions 1, 2, and 5, I just spoke with Miss, is it Slater? Moore? Or you Miss Moore? Oh, what calendar are we on?
He's on the show card.
The show calls calendar. Okay. Position 15, Val. I just spoke with Miss Valerie Moore. I will represent the judge,
Okay.
but it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to resolve that case today. So if we could just place the case on the normal track. I mean, whatever the next step is, because I'm not sure whether it goes to a.
Show cause that typically would go to bench or jury trial.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna, because it's a battery family violence.
Yeah, jury trial then. That's fine.
Yeah, so it's further notice of the August Orca jury trial, and you can always resolve it first and put it back on the final place.
Okay, sounds
Right,
good.
if you all are able to reach some agreement before then. Okay, so is Ms. Moore actually ready to go? Yeah. All right, Ms. Moore, take care.
No problem. Put out number one and two, okay. You got it from me?
Very strict.
Judge, may I ask about the record following?
Next, I'm gonna step out myself. We're gonna be on a very brief test.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Jared, I should.
It's okay, we've no price, but this is position one.
Position 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Oh, wonderful.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see if we can do the three. Let's go.
If it was supposed to be, I'm not sure, because I don't have my calendar, but it's supposed to be a diversion update, so they were.
They didn't show up. Tell you honest. Well, that's unlikely to be no problem. We can see.
Thank you.
It's
You got me?
record restricted. On both,
You
record
didn't-
restricted.
You don't need them? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and scan them.
No, I mean, I'm putting in here, go ahead and scan them and I'll set everything up.
Okay.
Just a second. Order.
Okay. So, Mr. Rudolph, we're moving a little bit faster. We'll speed a little. Okay. She's finished this. We filled it out manually. Oh, wait.
You have everything. Can you make sure you confirm all her information to get? Can you make sure you check, confirm all her information on your address? Please, he'll confirm it there.
Mailing.
Okay.
Mr. Jordan was like, every time, 12 months to serve, even though she doesn't say it, 12 months to serve, credit for time served, 2 days, and then.
Yeah, but see, the thing, they need to make sure they put that on the order too. So you just, because it's time, it's ended. So thank you for that. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mhm.
What is this, no cross?
Okay, the judge.
Okay, gotta go right now, I'm going in.
Ms. Rice, attorney. Rice. Okay, I have a question. So, usually in your announcement, you'll just say, but, I don't know, we're spoiled by, Ms. Riley, so in her announcement, just 12 months to serve, credit for time served, 2 days. Time served, suspended, but it's just, because then we'll forget, and then you'll be emailing me, we'll be like, look, this person got, not recorded, but I always fix it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
We got spoiled.
So we're not, yeah, we're not trying to overstep or whatever, but it's just, yeah, make sure
Whatever makes it easier.
the paperwork is.
Because if we go back and it's on our order, but it's not congruent with your plea offer. But the order is what it is.
So when y'all say balance suspended, like do you take that as non-reporting?
Balance suspended means that either once they've completed their conditions, then they will no longer have the suspended balance of a 12 months, because for every misdemeanor, you have a year
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah.
So the balance suspended means like, since they're old, they've probably done some stuff. So a lot of people have done things, and then you guys will say, oh, they've done this and that. Balance suspended means it's done and over with, either after they completed XYZ condition, and then balance probated.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying, do you take balance suspended as like you're done with probation if the conditions are met?
Yes, ma'am.
Like it just terminates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Or you could say balance terminate.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
We're sorry about that mishap with that order the other day with the probation being non-reporting. Is that you? Yeah, it's because, yeah, we be trying to look at the paperwork.
She was sitting in for me. I
Oh,
was in
yeah.
the gallery, and then there was an attorney talking to me, and I was like, he didn't realize I was actually taking the sentence back there. And I was like, come talk to me, but I want to be rude. So,
But yeah, it's an easy fix.
uh-oh, somebody's locked out.
It's judge, she bring it back on.
She is.
Do I need to update something in your system for it? Yeah. Do I need to update?
That's right.
Yes. My face like that.
Yeah, look funny. Oh, you just sit right there. It's right there.
You want a donut? It's gonna cost $25 for donut. Still turners.
Right?
Right.
Where can I find this?
Did she check her address?
I never knew what it was.
Yeah, I didn't miss your thing.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure she gets proper notice.
Hey, what are you doing?
You doing all right with it?
I'm all right. I like that. Those color schemes always be sharp, always. Thank you.
All right, are there any other announcements or positions we can take at this time?
Currently, we're ready on Mr. Haddad's client, position, 6, Ms. Simmons.
Okay, is Ms. Simmons present?
Ms. Simmons, you need to start your video, ma'am.
Who changed the skin?
All right, Ms. Simmons, good morning. You'll need to unmute your screen as well. We are now here on case 20 CR 005459Y, in which Ms. Simmons is charged with 1 count of theft by deception and 2 counts of forgery in the 4th, with the offense date of January 8th. Ms. Simmons, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney today, and Mr. Haddad is present to represent you. I'm conducting this proceeding over the internet. That means any member of the public can log on to watch. Ms. Reiser, will you please give me the state's recommendation as well as 3 factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to the terms of this plea, count 1 theft by deception will be null crossed. Ms. Simmons will be entering a guilty plea to both counts, 1 count of forgery in the 4th degree, 1 count of forgery in the 4th degree. As to count 2 forgery in the 4th degree, the state's recommended sentence is 12 months to serve 4 days, credit for time served 4 days, balance probated, to complete a theft prevention class, to pay restitution in the amount of $1,784.47 to Mr. Reginald Turner. To have no further contact with Mr. Turner. In regards to count 3 forgery in the 4th degree, the state's recommended sentence is 12 months of probation to run consecutive for a total of 24 months, Your Honor. Had this case gone to trial, the facts would show that on January 8th of 2020, let me back up, actually prior to that date, Mr. Turner reported his car broken into and various items stolen out of his car, including his banking information. Officers then made contact with his bank, which informed the officer that the defendant had his banking information in checks and forged checks to get cash in exchange for those. The defendant was caught on surveillance camera at the ATM and at the counter. The total amount of checks totaled up to that restitution amount, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Dodd, is that your understanding of the offer? Do you stipulate to factual basis, ID, and venue?
Yes, Judge, we stipulate to the factual basis, ID and venue. Judge, this is a negotiated plea. I'd ask the court to follow the state's recommendation. My only request, and I apologize, I didn't run it by Ms. Reiser. One is if the court would entertain the possibility of at least suspending, waiving some of the probation fees in light of the restitution. And number two, if the court would consider terminating probation once restitution is paid. But other than that, we're in agreement, Judge.
You're supposed to do 2 years almost. So you're asking once she pays that restitution, if it could be suspended, or you're asking for it to go non-reporting?
Non-reporting is fine, Judge. You know, that's really what I was trying to avoid is non-reporting is just fine. Just to keep the stay away in place. There are strangers. I don't think that's an issue, but you know, it's just probably better. Non-reporting would be just.
All right, I'm not gonna waive any fees, but it can go non-reporting once she completes the requirements, okay?
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Simmons, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today for the very limited purposes of taking a plea will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time that would affect your ability to understand this proceeding?
No.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
No.
And you understand by taking a plea today that you will not have any other court dates and you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you further understand the requirements that you're going to be required to pay restitution. You're going to take a theft class. You have to report to probation for a period of time, and you're to have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim in this case.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Simmons, as to the charges of forgery in the 4th degree, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything further from the state of the defense?
No, Judge, if Ms. Smith first, I guess if I can get the probation information, I can fill it out and forward it to my client.
Okay, I think there's a form.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Could she just type her information in the chat directly to me?
Okay, so Ms. Simmons, you scroll through the chat feature. Ms. Simmons, are you listening?
Yes.
So scroll through the chat feature and find Essence Smith. It may say litigation manager in front of her name. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in your contact information so that she can give your information to probation, okay?
What's her last name again?
Look through the chat. It might, let me see what you actually, it says litigation manager, Orca B. Essence Smith. Go ahead and go scroll down to the L's, and then you're gonna message her directly your contact information, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and I don't think I've signed her paperwork. Do we have it?
I'm looking for it. I got the no problem.
Yeah, you CC'd on the email. Mr. Donovan.
I had
I'm looking for
emailed it to Ms. Smith and Ms.
Give
Reiser.
me one moment.
It's done. It's coming, okay.
What the point? I don't understand this one.
I need to save it. I have to pass all the way around the power back up. I can't do that right now. Got it. Got it.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Thank you, sir.
So then, you know,
Thank you.
He's number 4. Is that the probation one? I mean, the diversion one?
No, Your Honor, that's the
Okay.
RTS. You know, what garden is when
That was a law.
Yes, sir. All of them. Yes, sir.
can't believe that it's great like this.
Your Honor, and I believe we'll have an negotiated plea on position 3.
Okay. I'm ready, if we are ready for that one. All right, we're on position 3. Is this the case, Mr. Gates is not here?
It's Miss Helen's case.
Oh, Ms. Helen, are we
Nancy
ready?
Powers.
Okay, we're getting the paperwork too.
I'm still getting the paperwork, Judge. Give me 1 second.
Okay, that's fine.
Attorney Riser, could you send that no cross again in a separate email, not attached to Attorney McDonald, please? Just having some technical issues over here.
I'm sorry, Judge, I heard my name.
I don't think they need you. I think
Okay.
it's just a question.
Got it. Someone's or no? Which one is it, Ballard?
Oh, yeah, Bowers, I need to sign Bowers.
Just keep it. And give Simmons to the judge. This is Simmons.
That's all we did.
She gets some.
That's what we love to know. I think that's good.
That's your hours. Hours.
I'll check.
Are we supposed to enter this waiver of the jury trial authority? You know about that one? No, right?
No.
All right, I have Mr. Bowers' paperwork. Let's go ahead and take it, please. Mr. Bowers, if you would come forward, please.
Paperwork.
Mr. Bowers?
Is he in?
He's on Zoom, Your Honor.
He's on Zoom. Okay, that makes more sense. Mr. Bowers, will you unmute your screen? And turn on your camera. Can we send him a message? We don't have all day.
Excuse me, Judge. Am I done with court? LaMonica Simmons.
I did
Ms.
receive it.
Simmons, if you sent your information to probation, you're free to go.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
Judge, can I get opportunity to contact Mr. Bowers with his
Please
connection?
do, please do.
Thank you.
This is a quick, signing documents.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
There he is, Judge.
All right, Mr. Bowers, you need to unmute.
Yes, hello?
All right, Mr. Bowers, raise your right hand.
I'm sorry about that.
All right, raise your right hand. With some speed, Mr. Bowers, please raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Thank you.
Sorry about that, ma'am. I drive trucks. I had to run to the
Hey,
back.
Mr. Bowers, she just needs you to answer her questions, okay? Take a breath for
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
breathe, and she has some questions for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Bowers is now placed under oath in case 20 CR 004797C. Ms. Riser, will you please give me the state's offer in this case?
Yes, Your
As
Honor.
well as the very brief factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor.
2 counts of simple battery, family violence.
Yes. Mr. Bowers will be entering a plea to 1 count of simple battery, family violence. State's recommended sentence is 12 months to serve 3 days. Credit for time served, 3 days, balance probated, to enroll and complete the family violence intervention program and have no further contact with Nia Fletcher. Count 2 will merge into count 1. In regards to the factual basis, Your Honor, the facts would show that on January 23rd of 2020, APD responded to 294 Brownlee Road, Southwest, Apartment B2. They spoke with Miss Nia Fletcher, who informed officers that the defendant, the father of her children, came over, knocked on the door, forced his way inside the apartment, grabbed her by the neck, and threw her to the ground. This was witnessed by Miss Alicia Fletcher, Your Honor. And I believe defense counsel will be asking for a NOLO plea. State would object in regards to a NOLO. In terms of the defendant's eligibility, looking at his criminal history, he has 2 cycles. He has a 2013 NOLO plea to possession of marijuana under an ounce, and then this subsequent arrest. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Helen, was that your understanding of the offer, and do you stipulate factual basis, ID, and venue?
Judge, we do have 2 asks. It was the NOLO. We are asking for that NOLO to be used. We were gonna ask the court, if after those 24 classes, I did hear his history, was it 2 cycles? If it would allow, the state would allow the probation to terminate. So we just have those 2 asks, Judge, but that is our understanding of the plea.
All right, what I will do is he can take the NOLO plea. I understand the state's objection to that. His probation will go non-reporting once he completes the class. All right,
Understood, Judge. Mr. Bowser, I'll explain that to you.
all right.
Thank you.
All right, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time, Mr. Bowers?
Oh, not at all.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand you're giving up your right to any further court dates regarding this charge by taking a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by taking a plea, it may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment or other things that we may not be able to anticipate today?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that? And you understand the requirements that you have to take a class and stay away from and have no contact with Ms. Fletcher. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the charge of battery, Mr. Powers, how do you plead?
Nolo.
I accept your no plea at this time. There's nothing further from the state of the defense, Mr. Powers should be free to go. Is there anything further? We have his information for probation.
And Judge, I was
Thank
just
you,
gonna
sir.
say, I'd like to update, I'm gonna send an updated probation list. I got to correct his address. So I'm gonna send an updated probation list, but yes, Judge, we
All
have-
right. All right, Mr. Powers, you should be free to go. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right. See if there's anything.
Scan it through there. There's not the wait.
I'm saying that. What's fucking there? Can we do bank statement?
Oh, yeah, they're all taking place. One. These were 1 and 2, position 1 and 2. Position 4, position 5. And we already took positions.
Yeah, to play, more blank packets from Mr. It's like, thanks.
Did you say Noble pleading violent? Is he pleading guilty? Noble,
Were you all, were you a bit?
yes,
Yeah,
that's
so-
right, that's what I was asking,
Yeah,
okay.
that's gonna be good.
Okay,
No,
I couldn't remember. Either you or myself.
I'm just gonna ask you, you object over the elections. Probation going on for it, there's a class.
No. Mhm.
Brandon, can you say something to him? Have him fill out the citizenship.
Let me see it.
And Ms. Renta, will you also give me the state's position as it pertains to position 10 on the show cause regarding either non-profit or dead job? Yeah. When you have a chair. Thank you. I know you're
That's
busy.
what it's about with banks.
Mhm.
With the no contact. They can make sure, didn't be no violent contact, like he has kids with both of the ladies.
Well, you can do a third party transfer. I would do a third party transfer.
Did both of the ladies, is that what they wanted?
I'd have to look, but
Okay,
regardless, I mean, he has 2 back-to-back batteries.
Okay.
He's not going to jail.
Right.
And he can have third party contact and at least until the classes are
Was
complete.
it he roll those?
Yeah.
So did you like making?
I didn't.
Yeah. but, yeah. You see, do you understand my handwriting?
The one merged in the two. Or two merged
Two
in one.
merged into
It's one. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember, okay.
Correct the comments, 3 days or 2? 3 days.
Mr. Dather,
Probation.
they can have no further violent contact. No further violent contact. I just checked my notes.
No further contact with the victim.
Mhm.
Well, that's just a family one. Can I have my phone, okay? You got everything? Yeah. I'm working on it. Got everything? Okay, we'll check it. Okay, it's only take, we follow it up and do another one.
Judge, I'm still checking on position 10 on the show cause. I had to send an email to another colleague in the office just to inquire about the status. For who? Oh, Bowers, no further contact at all. Mhm.
White House. Okay. Yes, so no wrong.
All right, are there any other announcements or positions we can examine or take at this time?
I'm just filling out the paperwork for Mr. Bankston.
Okay,
I've already filled out the paperwork for Mr. Millings. As soon as I complete Mr. Bankston's, we can take both of their pleas back to back.
all right, wonderful.
I've just emailed the paperwork to Ms. Smith and Ms. Reiser for Mr. Kellogg. I believe it's going to be a non-negotiated plea, Judge, just to some terms.
Okay. All right, let's take Mr. Kellogg. Please. Mr. Kellogg, if you would come forward, the announcement that happens, this is a non-negotiated plea. We are now addressing the case of Roderick Kellogg, 20 CR 006077C. In this case, Mr. Kellogg is charged with simple battery, and I'm assuming the charge has been amended to disorderly conduct. I'll let Ms. Reiser fill me in. Mr. Kellogg, please raise your right hand. You swear in affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Riser, please give me the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, in regards to this plea as non-negotiated, the state's recommendation, the state will be amending the simple battery charge to a disorderly conduct. In terms of a plea, or excuse me, a recommendation, the state is asking for 12 months of probation for the defendant to complete an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment if deemed necessary, and have no contact with Camilla, Kamilla, McNack, in this case, Judge. In regards to the facts of this case, Judge, on November 21st, 2019, officers responded to 4120 Fulton Industrial Boulevard, room number 355. They made contact with both Mr. Kellogg and Miss McNack. There was an argument that ensued between the both of them. At one point, Miss McNack informed officers that that Mr. Kellogg attacked her while she was lying on the bed. In return, Miss McNack pulled out a pocket knife and cut Mr. Kellogg. Officers did speak with Mr. Kellogg, and he was extremely hard to talk to and comprehend due to him being extremely intoxicated. In regards to Mr. Kellogg's history, he has a 1995 conviction for DUI. He has a 2004 conviction for a DUI. He has a 2021 conviction for a DUI and a 2021 conviction for having no license on person, Judge. So based on the facts, we are asking for that no contact provision and an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment.
What was the relationship between the two as alleged?
The relationship between the two, it's my understanding that Miss McNack is the defendant is Miss McNack's brother's girlfriend. Mhm.
Okay, Ms. Helen, before you begin, do you stipulate factual basis, ID, and venue?
We do so stipulate, Judge.
Okay, please proceed. So let me get it clear. This is defendant is the, okay, understood. All right, please continue, Ms. Helen.
Yes, Judge, this is a non-negotiated plea of guilt. Mr. Kellogg understands that he wants to resolve this case. The only issue that we do have with is just the alcohol drug evaluation or treatment. We understand the allegations in the police report, Judge, but he wasn't arrested for any alcohol allegations on that date. I do hear his history. We just feel it's more appropriate for at least 10 hours of community service instead of the alcohol drug evaluation or treatment. That is very costly, and Mr. Kellogg could not afford that. So we're just asking for 10 hours of community service. We also ask that once that community service is completed, if the probation will terminate.
And you don't object to the stay away? I mean, the no contact?
No, Judge. Again, allegations was that was the brother's girlfriend. I don't believe Mr. Kellogg has had any contact with that individual since this case has happened, Judge. So there is no issue with the stay away.
And I see on here on the plea sheet, did he serve time in Fulton County Jail for this charge?
No.
No time was served. Okay. Give me the name, Ms. Riser, again of the victim.
Yes, Camilla, Kamilla, McNack, McNack.
All right. If defendant chooses to take a plea today, I will accept the defense's recommendation. He had no contact with Ms. McNack. And in addition, he will do the 10 hours of community service.
And Judge, I didn't put that on my computer plea. If
I'm adding it in now.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me make sure that we all agree. He's gonna be on probation for 12 months. He is going to have no contact with the alleged victim. He's gonna do the 10 hours of community service. And I actually am gonna require that he report the entire time. All right. I understand that you're asking that, Ms. Helen, but I am gonna require him to report. Based upon that, I will waive 3 months of fees, okay?
So Mr. Kellogg, do you understand that she's having you report for the full 12 months, but she'll waive 3 months of probation fees, okay?
Okay, okay, all right.
Okay. All right, so are you reminding you that you're under oath? I'm gonna ask you some questions, Mr. Kellogg.
Mhm.
All right, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No,
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation? Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
no,
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
no,
And you understand the requirements of the sentence?
yes,
You understand you won't have any further court dates regarding this charge, and you're giving up your right to have state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
yes,
As to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
guilty.
I accept your guilty plea at this time. Is there anything further, Ms. Rice or Ms. Ellen?
No, Judge. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you.
All right, you should be free to go at this time. No, on that, document you need to sign, but after that, you are free to go.
Thank you, Judge. And I still have to submit an updated probation list for Mr. Bowers, but I believe you have all of the other paperwork. Thank you.
All right.
He's filling out the probation document now. She doesn't have to send it.
The
Oh,
other.
for Mr. Bowers.
Belinda was on Zoom.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Mr. Bowers. All right, and the second case, are you ready for that one?
Agenda
That
sign.
one was, that one.
You want a copy of your probation sheet to know where to go, or you already know where to go? Wait 1 second.
This is down on,
It's 130 Mitchell Street.
yeah.
Okay.
Where, we,
Anything with this one?
That goes with his paperwork. It didn't go out, you just scanned it.
Let's go. Oh, there's no papers.
one moment.
You put it in.
Okay, sir. Okay, so over here, let's try it again. We're gonna try it again. Is it face up or is it face up or face down? Still not working? You just. We got 2 copies. There you go, there's this copy. Receive her email.
Ms. Smith, I filed down that amended accusation as well.
It's on its way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Here you go. Thank you.
I'm good.
Yep. Have a great day.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Take care. All right. Is there another position to take?
Let's see, Valorant. You got Quincy Bowers paperwork.
You have a sign?
Mhm. Yeah, when did we leave here? This is cover. No, put it on top of that. Okay, that's good. I'll put it right here. You give it to me, I'll put it right here. So you can help them fill it out.
Okay.
We're still waiting on it. I don't know. Refresh. Did you do state court or me?
For the amended accusation?
Mhm.
No, I had to file it down.
Oh, she's gonna,
Yeah.
you gonna pull it from?
Oh, yeah. Did you do in case attorney,
Attorney manager.
manager? Okay.
As a subsequent filing.
Okay. Oh, 1 second.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Disorderly conduct, Kellogg.
Mhm.
Just a moment.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I like the beast. I don't know.
Did you waive 3 months of probation for Mr. Kellogg, Your Honor?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. I have 3 months, but I didn't put the waive part. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting it in. You're doing it. Ready? Let me give you the sentence that you all have to put it in. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, because it was like, you never know.
I just.
Waive 3 months, you go into the sentencing and Odyssey, it says waive, and then you put in how many months. We'll show you how, we gonna show you, you're gonna be an expert, you're gonna be an expert, it's all good. I know. Break in. You be the first one to break in. I like to do it in Word. But I always put it on top of it when we pop it in the office. Just because I have to scratch out stuff. Your Honor. Or you mark out that part where it says balance will terminate. You said he had to be on probation for the entire line.
I thought I drew a line through it, and I did not.
No early termination, right? Or it'll be on the
On the
order.
If I measure, no. It says time served, he didn't serve any time.
No terms.
Okay, so that's wrong too. And then,
No time. She just asked him if he had spent any. He said he didn't get arrested that day, I guess.
I apologize, Judge. I always want to put some down. So you want me to resend that?
I'm gonna, that's okay. I'm just trying to think through what I did. I forgot already. Okay, there we go. And you know what? I'm gonna make a change to this. I'm gonna make it so that Mr. Kellogg has to report for 6 months
Okay.
or until completion of terms.
Okay, so no early termination. We're gonna take that off.
And then I'm changing it to will terminate on completion if after 6 months.
I got you. I'll let Mr. Kellogg know. Thank you, Judge.
Right? And he's done, okay.
Are we still waiting for 3 months?
Will terminate, that's fine. I probably, Ms. Helen, I apologize. I do think I need you to retype it, because now I don't think I can read my own.
No, I got you. I'll resend that.
Please redo it and add the no contact with Ms. McNabb, please.
Understood.
Do you want us to scan it to you or you're good? Helen?
I'm good.
Be able to, where is Mr. Gates?
I just went out and asked, we gotta.
Yeah, I agree. Even though it's 1 o'clock. Calendar is still staring us all in the face.
Yeah.
Ms. Riser,
Yes, Your Honor.
again, did you have a chance to look at my step by conversion?
I did, Your Honor. I'm unable to submit an all process at this time. I would ask, was the notice returned
It was,
on that?
it was. That's one reason I asked. Okay.
Yeah.
The position, what, I'm sorry, Ms. Turner or Ms. Lee,
Yes.
can you please give me the, what case was it that they were supposed to do the diversion? Was that position 4?
Position 3, Your Honor.
Position 3.
Yes.
They were supposed to return this, so they came one time and then FTA'd at the last status. Is that what happened?
Assuming, Your Honor, because I
Okay.
notes that I put on the calendar.
And they were supposed to have completed diversion.
Let me see.
So I guess if they agreed to the diversion, then you weren't unfortunately real issue.
I think that,
If that's what happened.
looking at file, I think the diversion sheet was filled out though. I don't think it was never submitted to diversion. Just in order, 1, 2, 3. No diversion sheet in it?
What
Okay.
happened to the young lady who was en route? Are you here? Okay. Who? Position 12, you're Miss Lawless, or is it Lawless? Lawless, Miss Lawless. Okay, did you speak to anybody from public defender's office today?
I tried. Yeah, all that stuff in the camera.
Speak, I can't hear you. Speak very loudly. Classic. I need you to stand up. Say it again. You did not speak to anyone. Okay. Miss Lawless arrived slightly late. She's position 12. Will you speak with her and see if she qualifies for your services today?
I will. You want me to go now?
Yes, let's talk to her very quickly to get it all wiped out.
Yes, Judge, he qualifies, I represent him.
All right, thank you.
But it sounds like this case might be able to be resolved, may not be able to resolve it today, but instead of putting it on a strict trial, I'm asking you to put this on even a final plea calendar or something. Give me some time to at least file an entry of appearance and get the
Okay,
discovery and at least talk to the state.
we'll put it on a final plea calendar for the 7th of July.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Lawless, make sure you're here on time on that Friday, okay?
This is the status.
Leave an hour early.
No, please. No worries.
Yeah. No, it's good. That's fine. Signed it. You're good. He needs to sign that on the first page, and then we're good. Let's. Oh, excuse me.
You're taking the plea in which position this week?
1 and 2, Your Honor. Mr. Bankston.
All right, Mrs. Bankton, we are here for cases 21 CR 00374 and 20 CR 00447 In the first case, you're charged with simple battery, family violence. In the second case, you're charged with 2 counts of one count of battery, family violence, 1 count of simple battery, 1 count of battery, and then 1 count of simple battery, family violence. Please raise your right hand and placing you under oath for the very limited purpose of taking the plea. All right. Do you swear to affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Is it a negotiated plea?
Yes, it is, Judge.
All right, Ms. Riser, if you give me the state's recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bankston will be entering a guilty plea to 1 count of simple battery, family violence. The state's recommended sentence is 12 months to serve 6 days in custody, credit for time served 6 days, balance probated, to enroll and complete the family violence intervention program and to have no further violent contact with Kadisha Willingham. And that case will run consecutive to 20 CR 00447
Okay, and in that case, essentially same conditions.
Yes, Judge. So in that case, the state's recommended sentence as to Mr. Bankston will be entering a guilty plea to 1 count of battery family violence, count 1, and that's the same recommended sentence, 12 months to serve 6 days, credit for time served 6 days, balance probated, family violence intervention program, and no further violent contact with Rosemary Boast. Count for position 2, counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge into count 1, battery family violence. So it'll be a total of 24 months of probation, Your Honor, to complete the family violence intervention program and have no further violent contact with either Ms. Willingham or Ms. Boast. In regards to a factual basis, Your Honor, for position 1 on July 22nd, 2021, it's alleged that the defendant pushed Miss Kadisha William after a verbal argument and she fell into the bathtub. The defendant does share children with Miss Willingham. And in regards to position 2, it is alleged that on August 30th of 2020, the defendant did strike Miss Boast with his hands and slammed her to the ground. They also have children together, Your Honor.
All right, and are we saying no further violent contact or no further contact?
No further violent contact. Our office has had contact recently with both of the victims in regards to, since they do share children together, they do wish to have contact. So the state is agreeable to no further violent contact.
All right, Mr. Gaither, do you stipulate factual basis, IP and venue as it pertains to both of these cases?
I do. I stipulate to the factual basis, ID and venue. I still would, just for the record, let me just add that my client is taking responsibility for his actions, but just so the court will know, he does have children with both young ladies. This is a situation, especially with Miss Rosemary Bose, and I forget which case number hers was, that really got out of hand because she was actually arrested that day as well too, just so the court will know. He's the one that called the police that day, but they both were arrested. The state decided not to prosecute her case and he's here, but he's just wanted the court to know all the procedural facts behind why we're here today. Mhm.
Understood. All right, Mr. Bankston, reminding you that you're under oath. Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea today?
No.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a plea today, that's the end of this, and there won't be any other court dates regarding these charges?
Yes.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you understand as well that taking guilty pleas may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment, anything of that nature that we may not be able to foresee at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you further understand the requirements that you can have no further violent contact with either of those victims, that you have classes to take, and that you will be on probation for a full 24 months?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All that?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, you sure? You look, you
No,
did.
no, I know the question he's asked. It's a question that I'm gonna ask the court. Yeah,
Okay,
I got it.
all right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
As to the charges I previously listed, Mr. Bankston, how to plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Mr. Gaither, you have something further for the court to consider?
Yes, Judge. In this case, we're asking that his probation supervision fees be waived simply because he does have children with both of the ladies. And so, of course, there's that monetary aspect, and he has to take the family violence intervention program, which I know there's a cost involved there as well. Just don't want to set him up for a situation where not just him not having money to live, but it's like, look, he has financial obligations for the children.
Okay, what I'll do is, I'm not gonna waive his fees, but
Okay.
he can go non-reporting once he's taken the class, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
so you should already have to do that. All
Thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
all right. Anything further from the state of defense?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Bankston, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We
Thank you
don't
for.
see you back here, don't do anything else.
Yes, ma'am.
So double check the information, make the corrections needed.
That's all.
That's all correct?
Okay. Be a dude.
Have a seat. You need to get a copy of this.
Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. When is he report probation? 19.
Does he have both probation sheets? One has,
All of them are correct, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, can we make a copy for you and I'll circle where you need to go and you can put that in? No, that's not a copy.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, that's just these two kids.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Miller,
Oh,
come
yeah,
on.
3 of them. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Good. Wonderful.
No.
All right, now we're taking up the case,
Mr. Noble Milling, he's on the final plea calendar, Judge, and I forgot what position he was.
position 5.
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Milling, your case 23R003657C. In this case, you're charged with simple battery. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Reiser?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Milling will be entering a guilty plea to 1 count of simple battery, family violence. The state's recommended sentence is 12 months, excuse me, to serve 2 days, credit for time served, 2 days to enroll and complete the family violence intervention program and have no further contact with Leaf Johnson, Leathe Johnson. The facts I've alleged, Your Honor, would show that on June 7th, 2020, APD officers responded to the incident location in Fulton County and met with the victim, Ms. Johnson, who advised that the defendant punched her in the, struck her in the face, causing her to fall to the floor.
Okay. Do you stipulate factual basis ID and then you, Mr. Gator?
We do, Judge. We stipulate to all.
And that was your understanding of the offer?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Milling, reminding you, you're under oath. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking the plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand that taking the plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment or anything of that nature that we might not be able to foresee at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you understand the requirements that you're gonna have to take an intervention class and that you're gonna have no contact with Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that? And you also understand you're not gonna have any other court dates, that this will be it. and that you're giving up the right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. As to the charge of simple battery, family violence, how do you plead?
Yeah.
I accept your guilty plea at this time. Is there anything further?
Yes, Judge. In this case, Your Honor, I'm asking that his probation supervision fees at least be waived for the first 6 months. He has, Mr. Milling has a job. However, it's not as, financially rewarding as other jobs are. He's in a,
Good way to put that.
yeah, things are tight for him right now, just being honest.
Some days it's my job is especially financially. All right, we will waive 3 months of fees, and we will, after he's completed the course, he can go non-reporting, okay?
Okay.
So really get on the stick, sir, and get it done, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
I believe that concludes the calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we go, let's see if we can do anything about the
Probation.
return. I'm sorry, again, I know I keep asking, it was position 3, I believe on the show card, this person was supposed to enter into the diversion program, but has failed to appear today. It's a 2020 criminal trespass.
Let me see really quick.
Before we issue bench warrant, let's see if there's something we can at least do in light of the age and the charge. I know you know we can't do anything about position 10. We did try. Position 12 did appear today and he's represented by Mr. Gaither. So that case is reset to the final plea on the 7th. I think those are all the announcements.
Judge, can somebody go over the entire calendar? If
They
it's-
will. I wasn't cutting that part off. I'm just.
Okay, great. Sorry about that, Judge.
I just asking Ms. Ryan to take a quick look at that.
Judge, I'll need to touch base with our diversion coordinator for position 3 because it's flagged in our system and added to a separate list. So I'll go back and ask her.
Okay, I'm not gonna issue bench warrant yet
Okay.
for that one. If we can't resolve that matter, we'll reset it one more time to show cause.
Okay.
Ms. Smith,
Yes, Your Honor.
position 3. Okay, will you review the calendar for me?
Sure. Give me just 1 second. Thursday.
I really wish we could start at 1 o'clock.
At 9 a.m.
Oh,
Okay.
One moment, Madam Litigation Manager.
Yeah.
We're on the show cause? Yes, sir.
I don't.
We're done.
All right.
Sorry.
Are we ready?
We are.
Okay. Orca show cause, position 1, null cross. Position 2, null cross. Position 3, reset for show cause, Thursday, July 6th at 9 a.m. Position 4, FTA. Position 5, FTA. Position 6, FTA. Position 7, FTA. Position 8, FTA. Position 9, FTA. Position 10, FTA. Position 11, FTA. Position 12, reset, final plea, Friday, July 7th at 9 a.m. Position 13, FTA. Position 14, FTA. Position 15, reset, jury trial calendar, further notice, August. Position 16, FTA. Questions? You guys want to go through the pleas? Yeah, just say please. Just say please or
Just say please.
Okay.
How would they word it?
Orca final plea. Position 1, plea. Position 2, plea. Position 3, plea. Position 4, plea. Position 5, plea. Position 6, plea. Position 7, reset, final plea calendar, Friday, July 7th at 9 a.m. Position 8, plea.
Any questions, comments, changes, corrections? All right, hearing that, we'll be in a brief recess until our 1:30 calendar. Is everyone returning or will we have new
Ms. Gitier will handle that calendar. She will appear via Zoom.
And
Anything, if anyone needs anything, I'll be in the office, so just
All right.
reach out. But she'll handle that calendar.
my bad, no, I just, I thought you was finished talking, my bad, I didn't wait.
Okay, you're good. You
No,
didn't-
no, I was gonna say, it's gonna be, Mr. Larry Korn will be here in the court, and Mr. Joanne Haddad will be on Zoom.
Everyone take care. See you all soon.
Thank you, Judge. See you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
I'm gonna sit in here. Lock me in.